Thank you, Karen. Yeah, uh, what we wanted to show you today, as we start, is the XR 101, 101, which is like all the tools you need, all the things you need to think about building XR applications for the MetaQuest and beyond. And yeah, I will just directly start with the first slide. I just need 1 second to put Zoom away here. So yeah, what mixed reality? So actually mixed reality is something between augmented reality and virtual reality. And basically augmented reality itself, it just adds another layer of digital content on top of your real world. And what is virtual reality? It's like you are fully inside a virtual world or environment, and no real world is visible anymore. And mixed reality is somewhere in between of them. And it's basically when, the time point when digital content and the real world are getting mixed up and interact with each other. And a good example for mixed reality would be a ball which is bouncing on your real table, for example. Augmented reality will be, like I said, just content on top of a real world. For example, Pokemon Go, you probably know. And a good example for virtual reality itself would be any game you can play on the MetaQuest, Beat Saber, for example. Exactly. And yeah, why it's relevant right now, that's what we'll show you today. And yeah, so we have here two example videos provided by Lucas Martinez, another Sense AI mentor. And the first question would be like, how would you classify the following videos? Because you can't answer it now, I will just solve it. So the left one you see, it's interacting with the real world, and the figure is walking on top of your real table. So it's probably like mixed reality, a bit of both. And what you see on the right side is virtual reality. You don't see anything real anymore. Actually, it's a quite good example because it's really something showing things which are not possible in the real world, like going back in time. And yeah, let's get a bit more technical. So what did Lucas build here? Basically, you have a lot of components used here. It's the hand tracking itself. You can see the figures moving if you move your hands. So that is used. It's using scene understanding. That's how it knows exactly where your real table is, for example. We will show all these parts today. And yeah, it's also looking at having like a camera rig, taking care of how do you move in this world and which relation you have to the content. Yeah, and like you see, it's also using physics to punch the figure back. Yeah, so how do we develop mixed reality? For the MetaQuest, we definitely suggest you to use Unity for this type of things. It's really powerful. Meta's providing really good software development kits for Unity, and it's really easy to get started. You're basically able to build nearly everything you can think of, and yeah, that's what we'll share today. So what do you need before you get started? You need to download the MetaQuest Developer Hub. I will show that later also live. And the MetaQuest Link app, which is now the Meta Horizon Link app. And you need to have Unity 6 for the newest SDK, or also in our case, we suggested to have Unity 6000 dot cool. I will show you as soon as I start with the Unity part, with the Live part. And yeah, so what's the powerful thing about the SDK of Meta for Unity? It's especially these building blocks, which you can basically just add by one click to the scene. It automatically adds dependencies. You have really basic functions like just being able to move in a virtual world, up to really advanced functions like that you are able to interact with virtual elements with your hands, for example. It has also multiplayer and other tracking options. So yeah, we'll show that soon, and it's really simple to use. Also, there's a lot of sample scenes provided, which you can easily include using the Meta SDK in Unity just by pressing the import button. I can show you that also shortly. And they are quite powerful. Basically, you can start using these sample scenes and copy content somewhere into your project and just use it. So you don't need to always start building from scratch. You build, save a lot of time prototyping, and yes, already have professional uh, components available. Yeah. So the next step would be to dive directly into Unity. So I will show you how to set up that all really from the yeah, from the start. So you have Unity, like I said, it's 6000.2.10 F1. And what you need to do first is create a new project. We just here the universal render pipeline for 3D project. And we just call it now Meta Workshop 10th, so that I know it was at the 10th. And I just create the project. That's how we basically get started. And yes, now we need to wait shortly. During that time, I can maybe already show you the Meta Quest link or Meta Horizon link. So basically, if you have your Meta Quest and you want to set it up the first time, you probably need to download also as a developer the Meta Quest link application. You can see your MetaQuest here. You can make different options to it about the graphic. What Link is doing is you can stream your computer image to a MetaQuest so that you can run applications on your desktop computer and stream it directly to your MetaQuest. And that's basically what also all the settings here about exactly here. You can set if pass-through is allowed to use. It's in German now, but you can set to use pass-through during MetaQuest link. That MetaQuest link is allowed to use your room data, which you scanned with your MetaQuest. And yeah, that's a really great tool to also develop fast. Exactly. So as soon we are in Unity soon, it's also then possible to start the application directly in Unity without building the entire package, which will take quite some time, and stream it to the MetaQuest run. Yes. That's taking some more time than usual. Just checking to get something. Maybe it's also important to mention that if you want to develop for MetaQuest, you need to activate the developer function on the MetaQuest, and that, for example, you can also do in Meta Horizon link. Exactly. Now it's opening. Okay. So that's basic Unity we have here right now. What we have a sample scene over here with game objects. Because we will now start to use the meta objects also, we can basically clean the scene a bit. We don't need the global volume and we don't need a camera. So right now there's no camera, but we will add the meta camera soon. So what we now can do is we go to the package management, where you can install all kinds of packages directly into Unity with one click. So now what I will do is installing the MetaXR all-in-one SDK. And yeah, with that, you download all the different SDKs from Meta at once. Sometimes you want to maybe just install specific ones, which are just for the functions you are planning to use. But for all projects where you are not 100% sure which SDK parts you really want to use, just install the all-in-one SDK, and then you have everything available at once. So this one will also now take some time. So how we can use the time is I can show you the MetaQuest Developer Hub, which will be quite more helpful for you, maybe even than the other tool, even if both are necessary. So what you have here first is you can see some news, what's going on about the newest meta news. And what's nice to have is here the device manager. So I now see that my MetaQuest is connected and active. I can even see the battery level or that my controllers are not connected. They're just turned off right now. Yes, and I can see that the connection to Meta Horizon Link is healthy and working. So basically, I could connect now just with this button. I will do that later. You can drop directly your developed apps as APKs in the MetaQuest. And what is quite interesting is here the casting. So for example, if I want to share with you my view from the MetaQuest, I can just press on cast here and you can see directly what's happening on the MetaQuest. Exactly. And you can do the same with a video. You can record a video. You can take screenshots. You can even control the entire browser. You can look at the performance of it and all this type of things. There's also a file manager available. So if you was making videos, I did actually a lot. You can download them directly from here. Same for videos, etc. You can analyze performance. And what's maybe quite interesting is also this function XR project. So right now we just created the project in Unity itself and installed all the dependencies ourselves, but you can also just press a click create project here. You can give a new project a name, choose the Unity version and the XR plugin you want to use, and you are directly able to get started as well. There's downloads available for the SDKs and code sample project. And maybe also interesting, we was talking a lot, or there was a lot of questions about the meta or the model context protocol for the AI support of this of tools. And you can even find that inside of this tool. You can directly add it now to Visual Studio Code and use directly AI agent to help you developing. It has access to the documentation. Then he can write code for you, and he can also start different processes for you. So yeah, it's a really powerful tool, and you should definitely have it. So now we have the Meta XR SDK installed here. And exactly what you now first will notice, there's a new menu here. It's the MetaXR tools, and there's something red. So we should definitely look into the red part. And yes, there's right now, for example, plugin missing, the OpenXR plugin, for example. So we will just install it additional one time manually by using the name they was just mentioning, which is Community XR. OpenXR is the one I would recommend. And that also takes short time. Actually, it should be quite quick. And we wait 1 second. Some seconds more, and it's done. Nearly done. We just accept, and the plugin is installed. One problem less. Now he say the plugin need to be added to the XR plugin active loaders, which will be somewhere down here in the XR plugin management. But we can also fix all these issues automatically by just pressing this button. And yes, that's done. This one is just manual items, so I don't touch it now. It's no problem anyway. And we are ready to go. So the second part you would see here, or the second point in the menu, is the building blocks. And if I press on it, you can see this view. I was already putting as a screenshot in the presentation. And you can see there's a lot of functions which you can directly install here. For example, with grabbing items or things like that. And the basic thing you always need to put in is a camera rig. So we just do it, or we already did it by just pressing the button, which was quite fast. And now we see there's also a camera available here again. So to test that, I can also add a cube in here just by creating it. And yes, now there's the cube. Might be in a different direction. Different direction. Okay, it's the last one. Okay, you can see there's a cube. And so how can I test now my application? There's two ways. First, Meta is directly offering Meta XR Simulator, which you can directly try here in Unity. So I will try that first. You can see it's enabled now. So if I try to start this application, we should directly land inside of the simulator. We should. Check. I just disable it one more time and enable it. Maybe I stay 15. I just try it again. Okay. It's not working right now, but it was working when I tried it earlier. So let's say it's just yeah, it's just a live showcase. Anyway, the alternative to the Meta XR simulator, so it will just simulate. You can then go through a scene just by using your keyboard and mouse, and yeah, try to debug the application. The alternative to it would be to connect your headset with the device manager here by the connect button. So I will do it, and in my case, I enabled the option that I also need to start with MetaQuest Link using my headset. And now MetaQuest Link should open. And it worked. I can show you my view one time if I cast the picture here. So what I can see here right now is MetaQuest Link, which is basically just rendered on my computer and streamed to my MetaQuest. And if I now have this MetaQuest Link activated and I start my program in the Unity editor, it should automatically get started on my MetaQuest. And in this case, this one is working. And exactly, you can see what I see. It's moving. I see a cube. And yeah, that's basically it. So this camera rig is basically working. We can also watch into it one time. There's the tracking space, the center ICAM anchor, which is the middle part of the middle rendered camera of the what we see. There's a camera in there. We have hand anchors and additional basic things for our application. So what we could do now is adding, for example, hands, because like you was seeing in the view, I was holding my hands up and you didn't see my hands. So I go into building blocks and just add hand tracking. And you see he was also highlighting where he's added these building blocks. If we go closer here, we would also be able to see the hands. And yeah, we can just start the application again and should be able to track our hands. On the editor, you should now be able to see the same when I see on the MetaQuest, which is a cube and my tracked hand. And yeah, that's the next part. So you see, we just needed a couple of minutes and we are already able to track our hands. But what you probably want to see, like, how can we interact with things? Because that's where it gets interesting, having interaction also between what we have and different elements in the game or application we will have later. So what we can basically do is adding a grab interaction here. And that should be already it. You see he added interaction component here automatically and a building block cube. This should be now a cube exactly here, a blue cube. And because I want to actually have this cube at the front of me, I will just add some positioning to it. I put it a bit higher and a bit in front of me. That should be it. And I just test again if this cube is existing and if I can grab it. And it's starting. So what you can see is now what I see. That's still the old cube and the new cube. And like you can see the new cube, I can touch it, I can interact with it, and I can move it. Exactly. Then and it was the game. And then I would like to be able to have some physics on this cube to make it feel more like a real cube. Instead, it's just in the middle of the air. So what I will do is putting this cube we created before actually a bit below it and make it a bit smaller so that we have a surface where the chip can fall on. And yeah, that looks okay. And I look into the tube itself. We see this tube right now has a rigid body. I want to use gravity, so it's falling down. It should be not kinematic, because if it's kinematic, it will ignore physics. And it should be also no trigger, because if it's a trigger, it will fall through the collider, which is under here. And we just started, and we see if it works. So you see with this MetaQuest link, you're able to iterate also quite fast. Like it would be also possible with MetaXR simulator I wanted to show you. And yeah, like you can see my view, the cube is laying here on top of this box, and it's using gravity, and we can throw it away, and it's gone. So now we already have some interaction. It feels a bit dynamic by using the physics. And yeah, we could also now duplicate it to have multiple of this ones, or we could change the cube object to be able to interact with any other 3D model you have. What I now wanted to show you is a new building block, which is the pass-through mode, so that you can seal your real environment. Actually, the Quest cameras is streaming the environment on behind your virtual content on the MetaQuest. I also just pressed a button to implement it, and it should be directly available. So, like you see, we didn't even need to write a single line of code right now, but we already have basic interactions. We can now see our real environment, and yeah, have basic functions already available. So what you're seeing now in the editor is actually a bit different from what I see, because yeah, I can still move these cubes, and you see black background here, but I see my real environment. It's because this real environment is not streamed into the Unity application. I can also show you, I hope my computer is able to process so much. I can try to show you what I see in real by using the casting function of the MetaQuest Developer Hub again. And it probably takes some seconds to start. Okay, and it's taking longer than expected. Let me see if I can do some extra power of my computer. And if it's not lost. Okay, not checking. Okay, we can see what is black in the Unity editor is in my real environment. I can interact with the objects here. Yeah, that's how you can assist them. what could we do now? So we have the real environment, we have basic interactions, hand interactions, and what is possible as well is instead of using this cube over here, which we can delete now, we can use our real room for yeah, as a collider, for example, or to put some effects on top of it. There's also an easy to use building block. It's the scene effect mesh. We just add it by one click again. That's how easy it is. And there's a box effect. It should be blue as soon as showing up here exactly. And we can decide to make our room colliders so that our boxes are colliding with it and not falling through it. You can also decide here like what elements should be affected from this. It's now just everything in my room. And yeah, what I will do now is just running it again and see if it worked. Yes, so what you can see now is I can still see my real environment. It's black for you, but on top of that is the scene mesh of my room, which are the collider boxes. And right now I just have the problem that the boxes I created maybe was not high enough when I started. So I can't really interact with them because they are in the table now. But yeah, I just pushed it up now. And yeah, like you can see, I have the box. It's colliding with my table. I can throw the box from my room and oh, it's playing around there. So yeah, that's how easy you can get started. I have one last thing I wanted to show you for that. That's about how there's some errors. How easy it is to also write your own scripts for this. To yeah, have some behavior. I will just create first the script folder. I will go in there and create the mono behavior script. I just call it test to make it easier right now. And then I will edit it. And yeah, you can, okay, I give it some time. You can see in the scene, for example, we added a mixed reality utility kit as soon we put in the effect mesh. So that kit you can use, or this part of the SDK you can use to get information about your real environment, which you'll be using right now. So we put in Meta, XR, and MR utility kit. And you need to use some variables, for example, MR UK anchor, which is basically any of the objects in our rooms, which are represented by anchors. Now, for example, we just want to have one anchor. It's for the first table he will find in our room. And we need some variables for timing because I want to build something which is spawning one of these cubes we have every couple of seconds on top of one of our tables in the room. So I'll set a new counter, which is always starting at 0. We have a float respawn time, which is 5 seconds. Let's say 3 seconds. And we need to have a serialized field, which is taking some objects from the scene into the script, and that would be a game object and the prefab, just a prefab, which we spawn in that case. Before we can do anything with the scene around us, we need to wait for the scene to get initialized first. So we just search in our scene for the instance of this mixed reality utility kit. And this has a function scene loaded event, which will fire as soon as the scene got successfully loaded. And we create a listener, which will call a function on scene loaded, which is not yet existing. So we will create it. AI is our friend, or maybe not. So as soon as the scene is loaded, we need to get the current room, which is loaded. And yes, for that, we used MIUK instance. I don't think the room manager is existing. Get rooms. Get current room. Exactly, it's getting the actual room we are inside, getting information about it, and then we need to get all anchors in the room, which we do with accessing this current room or just anchor. This function. So now we're getting all anchors in the entire room. And now for every anchor in our anchors, we check if one of them is table. So now we need to just check if that's label is correct. So we check label equals and ChatGPT is GitHub Copilot is giving some hard time today. MIUK anchor, and there's actually scene labels existing, and like you can see, you can search here for any scene label. In this case, we look if our anchor is a table, and if it is, we set our table equal to our anchor, and we break here. And at some point, this function would be available. So what we do in the update function now is if the table is equal null, you just return that's correct. Then we add the actual time difference to our time counter. And if the time counter is bigger than the respawn time, we reset the time count to 0, and we instantiate our prefab at a random position. That's actually not what we want. We don't even need this entire part. What we want to have here is to spawn it on top of the table. So we take the table and I look at check table. Then we take the center of the table and add some because it will now be inside of the volume. So we create a new vector 3, we just add on top of that with 0, 1, and 0. So now it should be 1 meter above our on top of our table, which should be fine. And that should be already it. That's how easy it is to also use these building blocks in your scripts, and now we just need to test if it's working. Yeah, for that, first we need to also pull the script into our scene. And you see we have a prefab we need to put in here. I will just use one of the cubes we have created here, pull it just in this folder first, so that we have a prefab here. And I just add this prefab here to be automatically spawned every 3 seconds. And I just test the entire thing. I need to check if MetaLink is still running. It actually is. And I just run the program. So you can see what I see. There's no blocks coming, but yet still he's adding blocks here. So yes, no, I just filtered for the first table I found. Actually behind me is also another table, and you can see it's working. There's a lot of blocks getting spawned out of the air. I hope you can see that. I guess so, right? Yes. Okay. Just keep in mind, I can see it in my real environment without the black background. And yeah, I guess I just leave it with this. So you can see it's really easy to use these building blocks. You can build your own scripts on top of that. And yeah, we just needed maybe 45 minutes now to go through this, and you can have your first application available like this. And yeah, with that, I probably will close Unity first, because we will come back to Unity at a later time point for the AI parts. But this is now the mixed reality part. Yeah, that's it.